every Wednesday we talk about getting back to work. It's Back to Work Wednesday. If you're looking for a job and you're banging your head against the wall because you're not having any luck, it's possible that you could be wasting your time. Career advice expert Joni Daniels can tell you how to manage the 3 biggest wastes of time during your job search. She joins us this morning. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
This is a great thing to talk about because I think a lot of people think they can go to, X, Y, and Z and then wonder why it's not working.
That's true. And I'm not saying don't do this. I'm saying it can be a big waste of time if you're spending too much time just focusing on these 3 things.
Okay, well, you gave us the 3 things, so let's go through them and then maybe explain why, because the first one kind of surprises me. Job fairs, and maybe that's because, when I got out of college, that was like the place to go and look for a job.
Well, it's a great place to go if you want to make a connection with the recruiter. But given the economy today, there are so many people going to job fairs, and for every opening, there are 150 resumes being submitted at the job fair. That doesn't include the resumes that the person has received before the job fair even started.
Began. You said it's like getting the lottery. I mean,
it is. Your chances of getting a job by going to a job fair are very, very slim. So if you want to meet some people, that's a great way to meet them and be seen, but it's not a good way to get a job.
Is there a better alternative?
Getting the name of the hiring manager and developing a network so you can connect directly with an individual and know the name is so much better than just throwing your resume on top of a pile.
Okay, the other one that you said might be a waste of time, perhaps, the job boards.
Job boards are a great way to look at resumes in bulk. And there's a lot of spam to go through on job boards because a lot of people are advertising for educational opportunities, technical certificates, selling opportunities. And so you have to wade through those. And there's no way to differentiate yourself on a job board. It's an electronic file. That's all it is.
Okay. And then the last one, bulk mail, which I guess that kind of makes sense, but for somebody who might say, well, I've done that before, why is that a waste of time?
A lot of people come out and they go, all right, I'm going to just send my resume to every organization that I can think of that hires people just like me. That's a complete waste of time. An unrequested resume, unsolicited resume, it's probably going to go right into the wastebasket. And if you're trying to connect with someone personally, you might be annoying them instead of ingratiating yourself. So it's a huge waste of time it's like spam. It's just like sending stuff out, throwing resumes out on the street and hoping someone will look at it.
Right, but there is a delicate balance because you said they're not always a waste of time. Is there a way to tell, okay, maybe this isn't worth it?
I would say always try all 3 of them. But if you're spending more than 20% of your time doing those 3 things, you're spending too much. Reevaluate how you're spending your time in your job search.
What would you say is the #1 best way to use your time?
Best way to use your time is to connect and stay in touch with your network, your professional network. Meet with people, check with people. Things are always changing. So just because I talk to you doesn't mean that 6 months later I shouldn't come back and talk to you again, because things may have changed. You may know about more jobs. You may have connected with new people. And so you want to keep it fresh and you want to keep yourself in front of people, not just assume that, oh, I saw you once. Why didn't you remember me 6 months later?
Right. And that's a smart thing to bring up, make the connections, but then stay on top of them, because nothing could be more embarrassing than, oh, don't you remember you met me 2 years ago?
Right. Networking is creating relationships, and relationships take time. So it's not just hello, how are you? It's repeating that over and over, creating a relationship so that not only do people know who you are, they like who you are, because we tend to help the people we like.
Well, we love that you come in. Every month, Joni Daniels comes in on Wednesdays giving us great advice. You can find more of her information on jonidaniels.com. And if you want to see this interview segment, we'll put it on abc2news.com. Thanks so much for coming in.
My pleasure. I'll see you next month.
Okay, Charlie.